everybody, it's your boy here, Dr. Shred. Hoping you had a great Christmas and a wonderful... What's that word? Grenadine? Silverstein? Porcupine? No. Quarantine so far, yeah. I know I'm having a wonderful time, and to be honest, I don't actually care how your holidays are going. If you're still clicking on these, that can't be that great. Speaking of quarantine, how depressing, am I right? And nothing adds to the gloom like the technical death metal that you're constantly blasting because nobody understands you. So I'm going to show you something today that will help give you a little dose of happy juice. I can't say that? Well, not literally. But this video today is going to show you the building blocks of pretty much every happy song that you've ever heard. And consequently, get you started on the most absolutely basic of guitar knowledge, which I have neglected to show you. Why didn't you start on this, Dr. Shred? Dude, I don't know. You think I actually planned these? If I were gonna bother planning these, I'd need a whole lot more followers to make it worth my time. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share, or not. Keep getting unplanned videos because I don't have a big enough fan base demanding content to even bother with it. See if I care. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the most basic scale. This is the Gilmore Girls of guitar scales. More basic than potassium hydroxide. This scale is so basic, it puts up live, laugh, love signs in its kitchen. Its favorite drink is pumpkin spice. This scale is so basic, it just OMG can't even. Today we're talking about the major scale.
Major scale?
Who writes this? Oh my... Okay. The major scale is a diatonic scale, also known as the Ionian mode. That was a lot of words. I'm going to let you process that. You might want to back it up. It is very tonal, meaning that all the notes fit nicely together into various chords with very little dissonance. You know, this thing doesn't sound very good. There's not a whole lot of that in this scale. This makes it sound very pleasing or happy. All your terrible, upbeat, sickeningly sweet pop songs use this scale. To play major scale in any key, you simply need to know this pattern. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Yeah, I know, that makes no sense to you. Okay, so we're going to back it up. A whole step on your guitar is 1 fret, and then you skip a fret, and then you go to the next one. So if we're on G and we want to go a whole step to an A, we go. Just moving up 1 fret would be a half step. Am I going a little fast? Good, I'm trying to weed you guys out.
Only the strong survive.
Or you could just use the pause button. It is YouTube. Obviously you don't want to learn every note that makes up every major scale. Or always be counting whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half to figure out which interval is next. Now, you picked up guitar because you're lazy and you just want to be a crazy shred boy. So today, I'm going to tell you about shapes. There are a few basic shapes or patterns you can learn and use them to play a major scale in any key. Just change the note that you start on. Start on A, you've got A major. B, you've got B major. But nobody uses B major. Forget that shit. The 3 are as follows. 3rd fret on your E string is, you start here, you've got G major. Starting note, and then we have a whole step, and then a whole step, and then a half step. So we're going to the next string, we're going to repeat the exact same thing. So 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, and then we're going to have T-do. 4th and 5th fret on your D string. Now, this is great, but obviously you're not always going to spend your whole life just playing on the bottom 3 strings, unless you're in a gent band. That was 1 octave of the scale. Obviously, you can use more than 1 octave to just keep going, and the pattern just keeps repeating. So we're back to that G. We're going to go G, and you whole step up to the 7th fret, and then we're on the 4th fret G string, 5th fret, 7th fret, I'm very bad at counting. Your whole whole hand is going to shift up 1 fret as you go to your B string, where you're going to hit 5, 7, 8 now. To finish it out, you get 5, 7, 8 on the top. Now obviously that's not landing on your G, but your next G is going to be way up there, and I don't think you want to go... I don't really think you want to do that. This is basically every note that's in the G major scale in this area in a very nice playable shape. You can do your solos and your little ditties or whatever you want. We'll go over it again. We got a bigger spread on the bottom strings. And we get a little bit closer for the next two. And then we shift up a fret and it switches up a little bit. Buckethead! Now, you're probably wondering, what are the other 2 shapes that you want to show me? And really, there's more than 3 shapes, but these are just going to get you started, because showing you any other shapes, we're going to get into the whole idea of different modes. I guess I'll make videos about that. So other shape. Okay, here we go. We're going to bump ourselves all the way up to the 10th fret here. And we're going to do the exact same pattern starting on the A string, 10th fret, because we've got a G here, right? Same note, octave apart. Okay, cool, we got that. And then we do the same shift that we did last time, where this index finger is going to come up 1 fret. So you've got half step, whole step. Now it gets a little dicey here. So the way we had this second one is going to shift up. So we've got... And then you've got your last 3 notes on there, so you just skip up 1 string and you've gone to that 3rd little pattern boy. Yeah, that wasn't the best explanation in the world, but there's literally been tabs sitting right here the entire time, and I am confident that you know how to read. No, I'm not. Now, this one is going to fit very nicely into your 2-octave pattern, so you're not going to have that extra... You're not going to have that extra stuff up there that doesn't land you on your starting note. This could be considered more of a jazzy shape, because it's very close to... Never mind. You don't need to know. Nobody needs to know. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Shut up. We're going to start on the G. We'll go to A, a whole step. We're going to play only 2 notes on this first string. And we're going to skip right up to the A string. So we're going to move that up. And instead of the 7th fret, again, we're just skipping up a string. So that's our first octave. So then we've got to finish it out, right? So we're here, we're on the octave. And we do that same pattern on that string again, we just move up 1 string. Only 2 notes on the B string, 3 and 5, and 2 notes on the E string, 2 and 3. As you can see, if you know that G is here, you can play this one, or this one. Or here, you can play this one. Or if it's here, you can play this one. This sort of movable starting point that creates different shapes with the same notes is the basis of the cage system, which is total crap. You shouldn't use it. Just know that you've got 2 really important shapes of your major scale, one starting on the E string, one starting on the A string. So this one, and this one. And go from there. Get a feel for them. Go all the way up, all the way down, so that you know where every note is. And then eventually you can work on connecting those two, and we'll talk about modes. You can connect them even further, and I'm just rambling at this point. The best way to get a feel for these scales is to play them. Practice them, learn them, repeating patterns over them, and of course, jam over a backing track using these scales. The more you try to pull melodies out of it that don't sound like a cat high on battery acid, the more you will internalize this scale, and thus it will become second nature to you. Anyway, that's all I've got for today, so like this video, subscribe, and maybe I'll decide to be a idiot and spend more of my vacation creating videos to help you suck less at guitar, or I'll be a normal human and tell you to get out of my house. This is Dr. Shred, sign off, you dillweed.